Welcome back, everyone. This is Eerie Knight of the Pseudoposse, and today we're bringing you 4 late game stage bases guaranteed to destroy Insane Nightmare with 64 concurrent zombies. Each of these 4 bases are very distinct from one another and employ different strategies to conquer the Horde in different playstyles. The first base is underground. Zombies approach the opening at ground level and won't just simply jump down into our pit of deadly despair. They need an incentive, and no taco brains are not enough. What they need in addition is a path down the taco bear brains. Or at least what they feel like is a path. That's where these ramp 1/2 stairs 0.5 meter filler pieces come into play. These are placed in the corners of our hole, leaning the zombies down to the bottom. What happens in practice is that zombies try to path over them and end up falling. On their way down to the bottom, they'll pass through a grid of electric fence posts which are meant to anti-rage the zombies. Normally when zombies take fall damage, they have a chance, higher probability on higher difficulties, to enter rage mode in which they'll randomly beat on blocks. One way to prevent this is if zombies take damage from other sources like electric traps. For other anti-rage strategies, please see our video on anti-rage base designs, link in the description below. As zombies fall through these electric fence posts, they'll land on the bottom and get immediately shot by darts, which can also reset the zombie rage. After zombies have regained their senses, they'll proceed to jump up the stairs and head across the pole bridge to our fighting position. To get knocked down, they'll need to repeat the loop up the stairs and across the pole bridge. Very simple and effective design, and most importantly, easy to build. Well, except for the digging. That's where you need a taco bear for you. If you want to expend more effort, you can dig the base deeper all the way down to bedrock if you like. Again, taco bear digging recommended. The second base forces zombies to crawl for easy headshots. Zombies enter this 3-meter tunnel and are forced to crawl due to the stacked cube and plate blocks running through the center bottom of the tunnel. To ensure zombies head down this path, the tunnel is surrounded by pillar blocks, which also serve the dual purpose of protecting the dart and electric fence posts. Dart and the electric fence posts run down the span of the tunnel to shock and hit enemies as they crawl. If they do somehow breach the outer walls, they can jump on top of the tunnel. That is why we have all these blue pipe blocks on the roof of our fighting position to deter them from coming through the top. Speaking of the fighting position, it is at the opposite end of the 3-meter tunnel and is guarded by 2 adjacent pole blocks running across. Our position is actually below the stacked cube plate blocks where the zombies are crawling, thus presenting their heads at our eye level. This gives us ridiculously easy headshots. Down the ladder is our storage room, and heading through these doors here will take us to the entrance of our base, which is a fair distance away from the fighting position. This base works really well with AP ammo, making it an excellent sniper rifle base. You can use other weapons with AP ammo, but you'll get the most penetration using the rifle. The third base involves a lot more running and grenades. Beautiful, glorious grenades. Also blade traps. This base is predominantly constructed of 7-meter round tunnel blocks, and you may notice that this tunnel isn't straight. In fact, it turns 3 times, forming a rectangular shape. Since the game doesn't have corner sections like the 3-meter tunnel blocks have, I had to make my own custom corner sections. Link in the description below for how to construct those. The idea of this base is that zombies need to make their way through the blade trap obstacle course and squeeze through this narrow hallway to try to reach us. We can fight above them the entire way, shooting through the railing bars and lobbing grenades through the shutters. This also allows us to keep repairing the blade traps throughout the Horde, which is important because they are damn fragile. Make sure to use railing blocks, as you can repair through those while you cannot repair through bars. To slow the zombies down, we have electric fence posts running through the tunnel to keep them concentrated for easy grenade blade trap kills. Since we are in close proximity with the zombies, the shotgun works really well here. If zombies make it past the blade traps, we can continue to shoot above them in the narrow corridor or lob grenades down the grenade chute. Or we can go down the stairs and fight them down here by the cross-pull block. Either melee or shoot. AP ammo works really well in this part, not so much up above as you're shooting down at them. In the center of the base is where all the generators and repairable end of the electric fence posts are housed. Remember, the repairable end of the electric fence post is the endpoint of the wire connection. So if two posts are connected by the wire, the second post is repairable. Up on the roof, we have turrets to protect us against birds, especially when going outside to repair any fence posts. All the electric traps and lights are controlled via this colored-coded switchboard here. We can turn regions of the base on and off at our leisure. So if you want to dice up zombies, blow shit up, and break out the shoddy, this is the base for you. Our fourth base here is the most complex to build, and those wanting an in-depth tutorial, check out our video on that. The idea of this base here is to herd the zombies around in a Rube Goldberg type fashion. Zombies path down this open corridor, which is corridor number 1, that has electric fence posts running across to slow down zombies and allow them to bunch up. The zombies start to overwhelm, whether you can't kill them fast enough or you are AFK. They'll reach the end here in force, triggering a tripwire that sets off a chain reaction. The duration of this reaction is governed by the tripwire triggered duration. It will automatically, without player input, close off the hallway, killing all remaining zombies by dropping them down into a kill zone comprised of darts and electric fence posts. As they fall down into another tripwire with a triggered duration less than the previous tripwire, it'll open up another corridor. Zombies will path into this new corridor, and once electricity is cut off from the previous tripwire, duration expiring, the hatches open, dropping them down, triggering another tripwire with the same duration as the previous. Meanwhile, the initial tripwire that started all of this is still triggered, keeping the initial hallway closed. Same thing happens with the third corridor. The trigger duration of the previous tripwire expires, causing zombies to fall into another tripwire, opening up the fourth corridor. The first corridor is still closed as the duration of the initial tripwire setting off this series of events has the longest duration. Zombies will proceed to enter the fourth corridor, and once the previous tripwire duration expires, they drop into no tripwire. This is because the cycle is over and the tripwire in the first corridor that set everything off has now finally expired and opens up again around the same time the fourth corridor closes. I refer to this base as the automated shuffling corridor because it automatically herds zombies to a new path and getting overwhelmed to prevent the base from breaches, and even allows time to make repairs in the time it takes to corridors to shuffle around. This design also works well as an AFK base. The player does not need to press any buttons to trigger this series of events. The base does it by itself to protect the player from getting overwhelmed by cutting off the path and opening up another one to relieve the pressure. I go over much more detail in the building guide in our video dedicated to this base, link in the description below. I hope this video can inspire you all to make fantastic, awesome bases that will crush your zombie nemesis.
Oh!
And they all fall down.
And that's that, folks. Please let me know if you have any questions in the comments below as to how this base is constructed or how the concept works. Thanks for watching, everyone. Please like and subscribe, and stay tuned for more content on this channel. This is Eerie Knight of the Pseudo Posse signing off. See you next time.